So if you're in the lawn care industry, you'll know that when Isotunes initially hit the market with their initial in-earbud style Bluetooth hearing protection, they were wildly successful. Everybody was super excited to be able to have a in-earbud Bluetooth hearing protection option that was OSHA and NIOSH certified. So over the years, they've developed many more models of in-earbud style Bluetooth hearing protections. And a while back, I did a buyer's guide video on those in-earbud style Bluetooth hearing protection. I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one, or up in the card, or down in the description, and you can go and check that out. Furthermore, full disclosure, this video as well, they have sent me all of these products, and if you're looking to buy a pair of Isotunes products, whether they're the over-the-ear style Bluetooth hearing protection or those in-ear style buds, if you head on to their website at isotunes.com and you use discount or coupon code LCBS10 at checkout, that'll get you 10% off your order. So following the success of their lineup of those in-earbud style Bluetooth hearing protections, they put out their very first model of over-the-ear muff style Bluetooth hearing protection, and that's these links that I have here. I've used these extensively over the past few years, and exclusively used this model for all of the 2022 season. So with that being said, I thought it was time to do a buyer's guide video on their lineup of their over-the-ear style earmuffs that they have currently available. So it's important to note as well that Isotunes offers a bunch of other over-the-ear muff style Bluetooth hearing protections. What we have here are the three models that they have specifically focused for workplace environments. And like I said, all of these are OSHA and NIOSH certified, so you can use these in any workplace environment. Okay, so first up is the Isotunes Defenders. These are Isotunes' budget-friendly offering. They're also considered one of their most comfortable and lightweight models. Let's look over some of their specifications. So these feature a 24 decibel noise reduction rating. They have an IPX4 rating for dust, water, and sweat-proof protection. They feature Bluetooth 5.0, and they have a noise isolating microphone that blocks a steady state of noise for clear calls in loud environments. So basically what that means is if you're on a telephone call with the headphones on and you've got, say, your backpack blower running in the background, or your lawnmower running in the background, what that microphone is going to do is it's going to be able to block out those steady state noises. So those loud noises that are running constantly, it's going to be able to block those out and focus in on your voice so that you can have a clear conversation with the person on the other end of that call. And then these also feature an excellent 40 hours of battery life for music and talk time between charges with the included battery. Some of the other important features to talk about with this Defender model is that it's the only model of the earmuffs that we're going to talk about today that feature an auxiliary input. So if you have an external sound device that you need to be able to hear and plug in through an auxiliary port, this is the only model that's going to be able to do that. As well, it's the only model that the battery is inaccessible. The battery is built in and it can't be removed. Unlike the two other models we're going to talk about that have a battery compartment door, that rechargeable battery is removable, and it's even able to be run off of 3 AAA batteries in both cases of the next two models we're going to look at. This model only uses that internal battery, but with a 40-hour charge time, you probably are not going to run into too many issues with running out of juice on this particular model. Okay, so next up is the follow-up to those original Bluetooth hearing protection earmuffs that they put out, the Links, and it's the new Link 2.0 model. So these feature a noise reduction rating of 25 decibels. So you're getting a little bit more protection with these than the Air Defenders. These were rated at 24 decibels of protection. These are 25 decibels of protection. These have the same Bluetooth 5.0 as the Defenders. They have the same IPX4 rating for for dust, water, and sweat proof protection. And they have that same noise isolating microphone to block out those steady state noises so that you have clear conversations when you're on a phone call. So some of the improvements that they've made of the Link 2.0s versus the original Links, and I'll bring in the box there so that I can compare them, is that, again, as I said, these are of a noise reduction rating of 25 decibels. The original was 23 decibels. The original had a battery life of 14 hours on the included lithium-ion battery and could run up to 28 hours on the 3 AAA battery option if you were doing that. The Link 2.0 has now a super impressive battery life of 50 hours on the included rechargeable battery. So it went from 14 hours on the rechargeable battery to 50 hours on the rechargeable battery on the Link 2.0s. The next really big change that they made, and you'll notice here on the original Links, that on the side that has the battery compartment, if I open that up there, and you see the battery on that side, the rubber flap that's underneath there, of course, has the charge ports, but on the opposite side, the rubber flap that's under that side is just a blank space. There's nothing there. On the Link 2.0s, of course, you have that same battery compartment with the removable rechargeable battery. You can put 3 AAAs in its place if you needed to. And it has that same rubber flap with the charge port underneath there. But on the opposite side, if we lift up that one, you'll notice that there's a 3.5 millimeter jack there and the designation saying mic there. So what they've done with the 2.0s is the ability to add an external microphone to this unit, and they have an accessory boom microphone here in this package here, and you can see the microphone there with a 3.5 millimeter jack there as well. So this is a fantastic upgrade option if you make a lot of phone calls in your business and you just want to have take those clear calls to the next level. You would take the microphone option and just plug it in. And now you have a boom microphone that you can essentially put that microphone and position it right in front of your mouth and have really concise and clear calls. So an excellent feature there, especially, like I said, if you're sitting on a really noisy machine, like in construction or something like that. Maybe you're inside a bulldozer or something like that that's really noisy in that loud environment, and you want to take those calls to the next level, then having that boom microphone in front of you is an absolutely great additional optional accessory that you can get for the Link 2.0 models strictly. That isn't available on any other model. So just a really neat feature. So last but not least is the Isotunes Aware model. These are Isotunes' most expensive over-the-ear muff style Bluetooth hearing protection. They look almost identical to the Link 2.0 model, except for the fact that they have the green accent color versus the orange of the Link 2.0. The only other real noticeable difference is underneath that secondary flap. There is no 3.5 millimeter microphone input jack, so that's not an available option for them. But what they do feature is their Aware technology, and it's absolutely impressive. So let's go over some of the specs. So these feature a 25 decibel noise reduction rating, so the same as the Link 2.0. They have the same IPX4 rating for water and sweat resistance and dust resistance as the 2.0s. And these feature Bluetooth 4.2 technology. So a little bit of an older technology than the Bluetooth 5.0 that these ones feature. But again, the biggest talking point or feature that these have is that Aware technology. So what is Aware technology? It's an omnidirectional microphone that allows you to hear coworkers, alarms, and equipment sound signals with crystal clear natural sound. So what this basically means is, when you put these on and you turn them on, you will hear your environment. In fact, when I tested these out this morning and I put them on, I was able to hear my footsteps. I was able to hear me open up a door handle. I was able to have a conversation with my son with the hearing protection on. I could play my Bluetooth music and still hear those environmental sounds. So how does the hearing protection part of it come in, you say? Well, they have a 2 millisecond impulse filtration. So what that means is that there's a certain threshold that these have, and if outside noises hit that threshold, it immediately blocks them out. So you're still able to hear things like your coworkers talking to you, and sounds that aren't damaging to your hearing, but the second that there's a noise that hits that threshold where it becomes dangerous for your hearing, then it immediately blocks them out. So when I was testing them out this morning, for example, I was able to take a small dustbuster style vacuum and turn it on, and when I held it away from me, I could hear the vacuum fully, along with the Bluetooth music that I was listening to. But the minute I brought it closer to my head where that noise was then now in a dangerous situation in terms of affecting my hearing, it immediately blocked out the sound of that dustbuster, and I could hear my music clearly and just barely hear the vacuum working in the background. Also, I tested it out by walking through the house. I turned on a small AM radio, and I had the Bluetooth music playing through the headphones, and I could still clearly hear the AM radio playing in the background. So think about the cases of that. If you're in an environment, you've got employees around, and you have that need for people to be able to get your attention, to talk to you, or maybe there's alarms or buzzers that you need to be aware of. That's an absolutely game-changing technology there, to have that hearing protection in those really loud environments, but to also be able to hear those noises that aren't hitting that threshold as well. So absolutely fantastic. I know my wife would love if every time I put on a set of headphones for listening to music, or when I'm watching YouTube videos and stuff, that they had Aware technology, because she's always trying to get my attention, and she's always complaining that I've got those darn headphones on. And these would be fantastic for, in a situation like that, having that type of technology. Absolutely very cool. In just the limited testing that I've been doing this morning, just has completely blown me away. Just kind of summarize, if I had to, I'd say if you're looking at something sort of more budget friendly, you want that Bluetooth hearing protection, but you also want that input jack for auxiliary input, to have a secondary sort of music player or something else being able to be piped in, or a wired connection, then those Air Defenders are the ones you want to look at. The Link 2.0s are fantastic as an overall choice with all of them, especially if you like that traditional over-the-ear muff experience where it blocks out all noises and you're kind of in that sort of silence as soon as you put them on. Then the Link 2.0s are fantastic if you're making a lot of calls throughout the day, or if you're on the telephone a lot throughout the day, maybe doing quotes, talking to clients, suppliers, that sort of thing. Maybe you're running heavy machinery, bulldozers, backhoes, things like that, bobcats. Then having the Link 2.0s with that optional boom mic accessory is a fantastic option for you there in those sort of situations, to be able to have that and take that call clarity to the next level. And if you're into in a situation where you need to hear those external sounds while still maintaining that noise protection from those really loud environments, maybe you're frustrated using over-the-ear hearing protection because it doesn't give you that situational awareness, that it blocks out too much of those noises of things that you want to hear, like alarms, coworkers, things like that. Then these Link Awares, like I said, have completely blown my mind just in the testing that I've done this morning in different environments, like having that AM radio playing and still being able to hear that clearly with Bluetooth headphones on top of the music that I was listening through, or having a conversation with my son with the headphones on, as clear as if I wasn't wearing them. But then being able to turn on some machines like a dust buster or a circular saw, and immediately those noises being canceled out. Just absolutely impressive. So there you have it, guys. There is the buyer's guide for the Isotunes over-the-ear Bluetooth hearing protection. Like I said, haven't had an extensive time to be able to test these out, with it being the winter time right now. Looking forward to doing extensive testing on all three of these models throughout the 2023 lawn care season. And look out for upcoming videos on individual models that I put out as I'm able to test them thoroughly and see how they perform in the real world type of environments in lawn care and landscaping, and being around very noisy machines. So there you have it, Lawn Care Nation. Let me know in the comments below which of these Isotunes Bluetooth over-the-ear style hearing protection muffs that you'd be most interested in. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the Isotunes Bluetooth earmuff hearing protection.